as of May 2016, Discover Albia hit its 800th post, and I still can't believe that I've written that much. But basically, my whole secret to how I write so much is that I write for me. I write about topics that interest me. I go back and use this for reference material. That's kind of how the genetics lessons came about, was that I was kind of documenting what I was learning. The same thing is true for chaos. As I started to learn that, I sort of wrote about that and thought it was interesting. So although that may sound like a selfish reason for blogging, it's actually kind of a recommendation. You never want to focus on what everyone else is doing, or, think about, are people going to like this or not? Do it for you. So if you're a creatures blogger and you're not sure about what you should write about, pick a topic that interests you. And if you're really stuck, look at what other blogs are doing, because sometimes you might get an inspiration from there. You never want to copy exactly what someone else is doing, but maybe you'll find something that kind of, interests you or sparks something in your imagination, and you can say, so-and-so over at this blog wrote this article, and link to it, and then expand with your own ideas, because there are so many different things that you can write about in terms of creatures. There's multiple games, there's genetics, there's chaos, there's just documenting worlds. There's all different types of things that you can actually focus on. I'm kind of all over the place at the moment, but that just, that works for me. And another quick tip, besides, just writing for you, is to kind of figure out a schedule that works for you. Sometimes I do write every day, sometimes even more than once a day. Other times, it gets very spread out, and, I might go a few weeks before I post again. I'm actually terrible at that, and I apologize over the years for those lulls in activity, because people do get burned out with creatures. I have times when I just don't have that spark anymore. I'm just not that interested, and I'm kind of stuck with, I feel forced to write. That's, you never want to feel like it's a job or a chore to write about creatures. You really want to enjoy it, and I really do. For me personally, I love writing about creatures. I enjoy it. I love documenting things and being able to look back myself. And then there are other times when sometimes I get awesome comments from either new creatures players or, people who played in the past, and they thank me for these posts. They say, thank you so much. This really inspired me to get back into the games, or, to start playing them for the first time. And even just one of those comments, that really, it means a lot to me. But, for the most part, I'm writing about topics that I want to write about. Although I do, I encourage feedback. If you like something, or if you want to request something, I do take that into account from time to time. And maybe I'll write about something that I wouldn't necessarily would have written about that time. But I know that it's going to help somebody. So that's where I kind of get some inspiration from, is from comments and feedback. And I always encourage that. But again, for the most part, if you're a creatures blogger and you're really stuck and you don't know what to write about, write what interests you. Go for, just play the game and don't even think about writing. And all of a sudden you might stumble across something that interests you. So here's to hoping that I have a lot more posts on Discover Albia, but apologies if it's a lot. I do tend to write a lot, but I hope that it's helpful and, enjoyable and provide some entertainment for everybody. So bottom line, enjoy creatures.